even going to try to put on a candidate statement in the booklet because I would have to put in 2 statements, one in Riverside County and one in San Diego County. So that just bumps it up to about $7,500. Anyway, I'm Nick Stoffel. I'm running for the Assembly District 75. Let me ask a question. Anybody here lives Temecula South? Let me see you. Raise your hand.
Temecula South? Oh, not me. Sorry, I'm not
Temecula
in
and South. Well, most of you people,
Yes,
unfortunately, will
Temecula
not be able
and
to vote.
South. And South.
Because the 75th Assembly District runs from Temecula south to Escondido, San Marcos Vista, Fallbrook, and Valley Center. And basically, the way I'm running my campaign, such as it is, I'm trying to get myself out to various groups, such as Martha's Latina group over here, to introduce myself, and hopefully that people will get to know me, and I'll talk maybe about me to people who live in the 75th, and maybe some of you who don't live in the 75th will mention me to some of your friends. What is my program? There's so much wrong with Sacramento. I can't even begin to do it. First of all, let's talk infrastructure. If we attack the problem of infrastructure, and by the way, the American Society of Civil Engineers, of which I am a member, I'm a retired civil engineer, estimates that the requirement for California is about $22 million. Nationwide, maybe $22 billion, I guess it is. Nationwide, it's about $60 trillion. Okay, if we could get some of that, stop thinking in terms of, oh, we're being taxed too much, when really our taxes are as low as they've ever been in many, many years. And we could start building, think of all the jobs that would bring. Okay? It'd be fantastic. Another program, if you remember Phil Drucker when he came and talked to us, he had this thing about the Salton Sea. Folks, I tell you what, if the Salton Sea dries up, and it's headed that way, you ain't seen nothing yet. You are going to have toxic dust all over the Inland Empire, to include Riverside. Okay? What are some of the other things? Education. We gotta somehow make education affordable again. For, you know, revisit Pat Brown's dream when kids could go to USC and not USC, but UCal and Cal State, and for practically nothing.
UCLA.
Pardon?
I had to bring in UCLA because you said USC.
No, but I forgot, I said, forget USC. And I changed it to UC. So anyway, those are just some of the things. Now, just so you know my opponent. She has been described by Don Green, who is the president of the Escondido chapter. I was at a picnic last Sunday, and I said, I looked over at Don and I said, Don says that she's a little to the right of Attila the Hun. And Don goes like this. Like, no, a little bit more than a little to the right. This lady is unbelievable. She is the one who, when she was on the Escondido City Council, had them pass the ordinance that landlords had to check residency status before they rented to people. That was her doing. She has zero, what can I say, 0% from the senior voters in California. She has zero from the environmentalists. This lady is unbelievable. She needs to be thrown out of the state legislature. So I know many of you here can't vote for me, but I would say if you have somebody who lives in the 75th, talk me up, would you? I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Again, we have three great candidates in our area, and that we will be phoning for, walking for, and posting signs. And I want to introduce several other people, if I may. David Rabb, would you come forth and tell us who you are?
My name is David Starr Rabb. I'm a candidate for the Paris City Council. A little bit about myself. I'm running on a new voice, a new vision, a new Paris. I'm a third-generation Paris resident. My grandparents moved to Paris in 1940 from Louisiana. My grandfather actually leased some land over where Menifee is at now to grow cantaloupes way back in the 40s. I'm a 2004 Paris High School graduate, a 2008 Stanford University graduate, and a 2011 Stanford Law School graduate. Fully licensed. I had someone mention me earlier, you're like Paris' Obama, except for you're bald and short. I was like, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. A few of the things I'm running on, to be brief, I'm the only candidate declared that's running to split Paris into voting districts. Right now, Paris is an at-large system. So in order to win in Paris, you have to go all throughout the city. North Paris, South Paris, downtown Paris. In order to avoid any costly lawsuits with the California Voting Rights Act, I propose that the city of Paris be proactive in making voting districts. Riverside's gone that way, Moreno Valley's gone that way. City after city, school district after school district has gone that districts, and I'm the only candidate to declare that. Another component of my platform is a conflict of interest code. Now, one of the incumbents I'm running against is Mark Yarbrough. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Mr. Yarbrough. Yeah, you guys should be booed. Mr. Yarbrough felt it was his need to drive from Paris to Marietta to publicly state that he didn't want the undocumented migrant children to get off of that bus. He publicly stated that. Also, Mr. Yarbrough runs a towing company, and they have DUI checkpoints in the middle of the day, and the sole purpose of these checkpoints is to net unlicensed drivers. Mr. Yarbrough owns a towing company. His towing company has a contract with the sheriff's company. I'm running to have a conflict of interest for city officials. So not only when you're in the city council, when you leave the city council for numerous years. As an attorney, wouldn't it be a shame if I got on there, I learned how the city settled each one of its lawsuits, I get out there and settle a series of lawsuits against the city? It's wrong. Just like I shouldn't be able to do that, the people who are real estate agents, the people who own towing companies shouldn't be able to do that. So I'm just asking for you guys to support. If you know anybody in the city of Paris, please let them know. I'm a proud Paris High School graduate. Both of my parents attended Paris. My roots in Paris run deep. I think I can bring everybody together. I'm half black, half white, grew up in the barrio. So let's do this. Please visit my website, Rab for Paris, rabforparis.com. If you so behooves you, I hate to ask for money because I come from a working class background and I'm self-reliant. Please feel free to give a donation.
There are three organizations that have offices in Riverside County to help get out the vote. Here, Cathedral City and Hemet. These three offices are partially funded by the Riverside County Democratic Party, and we're really proud that this office is in existence as well as the other two offices. You are very important to us. Every one of you sitting in the audience today is you're a Democrat, and in November, you'll be able to vote. Hopefully, you're all vote by mail registered folks. If you are not, it's time to change your registration. The registration forms are back here, and change your registration to vote by mail. In the last election, the primary in June, there were 190-some thousand people in Riverside County that voted. 50,000 of them walked into a precinct. 140,000 of them voted by mail. Voting by mail is now extremely important. Contact all your friends, every Democrat you know, even the Republicans, because Republicans vote for Democrats when they find the right person. Make sure that you make a difference. Make sure that you cause someone else to vote for our candidates. We've got lots of candidates in the room here. We're missing one important one. But we've got Tim running for the 42nd. We've got Nick running in the 75th Assembly District. Where's Conrad? There he is, Conrad, in the 67th Assembly District. And unfortunately, we don't have a Democrat running in the 71st. I ran, but got bumped out in the primary. But the one that's missing is James Kimber in the 50th Congressional District. who run, his area includes city of Temecula and not more than the city of Temecula and Riverside County. But we need to get people out to vote. You guys can help us make sure everybody and his brother gets out to vote. It's very important. Thank you very much.